Welcome, 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 welcome to our first episode, Jay Talks. This is so exciting for me because it's a very informal format that will help you formally learn how to have incredible amounts of confidence, which will impact every single area of your life. So I'm excited to be here. My name is Jay Noland. We got this exciting new platform that we're launching with Jay Noland Coaching. And really, this is just a time for us to be able to come together every single week. So we're going to have some point every single week. Right now, we'll be doing every Thursdays. We'll probably switch that up over time to different days just to kind of keep things fresh. But we come together. We spend about 30 minutes together, me giving free information on how to obtain ultimate confidence, how to obtain supreme confidence, and how confidence impacts every single area of your life. So I'm excited to be able to do this live. It's going to be streaming on multiple platforms. We're going to continue to add more and more platforms. So we'll have this on our Instagram accounts. We'll have it on YouTube and any other accounts that people out there are looking at and love to get information from. So we want to be able to spread this all over the globe. Eventually, we'll have people translating in multiple languages. So I'm excited to be able to share with you tonight. Jay Talks. So what does that mean? I was trying to think of a name for the show. And I was going back and forth with my wife, and she was like, well, why don't you just, whenever you just talk to people, usually great things come out of it. Just having conversations, just talking. So I was asking some folks to, and I'm seeing a lot of the comments coming in now, but I was asking some folks, to just submit some questions. Now, how this will progress will be live call-ins. So we're going to be connecting a live call-in feature to be able to take, some questions each and every week about all things confidence. All things confidence. Everything is centered around building confident people. Now, why is confidence so important? Because what does it cost a person not to be confident? How many things have you or people maybe missed out in their lives by lack of confidence? Think about a person that is extremely confident, not arrogant. There's a big difference. We'll tackle that question tonight. I saw that question come in. But think about the person that is extremely confident in most areas of their life. Usually those are the happier people. So happiness is attached directly to confidence. Think about that. It's so closely attached. When you see someone not happy, more than likely they're not confident. They're missing something in their life. And what's amazing is confidence becomes the great plug. It becomes the great filler. So if a person says, well, I feel like I got a hole in my life, well, confidence will plug that hole, because confidence will allow you to be able to learn and grow without panicking. A lot of times people associate confidence with people that's got it all together. It doesn't mean you necessarily have everything together, but it does mean that you have your mental game together. You have your emotional game together. So those two key pillars of your life are critical: emotional and mental. So never forget that. When you have confidence, you're going to be hitting at a very high level when it comes to emotional strength. You're going to be hitting at a high level when it comes to mental strength. So again, welcome to Jay Talks. Now, as I see, there's quite a few people joining on tonight, and I want to ask you to do us a favor. Do you a favor, because it's going to bless you. It's going to be able to ignite more positivity and even more confidence in your life. Share this with several people on your social media platform. Tag some people, spread it to them, and let them be able to feel the moments that will happen. We're going to have some significant moments that are going to happen on J Talks. I guarantee it, to where people are going to be impacted in some cases like never before. So I've got a few questions that's come in. Again, we'll be doing this live. Probably next week you'll hear the live call-in feature. But this time I just told people to post some questions and that I could help talk about it to see if we can get some improvement in these areas. So I had one gentleman, he posed a question. He says, Jay, I found that I'm my own worst enemy. How many people can say that? There's so many people, they feel like they're their own worst enemy. He goes on to say, how do I overcome me? I hold myself back more than anybody else can. Well, guess what? You're not alone. You're just not alone. Because there's so many people that self-sabotage themselves because they were trained. Believe it or not, you were trained to self-sabotage. And people go, what do you mean you were trained? Well, go back to the beginning when you were born. You didn't know anything until people started telling you things, till people started talking to you. You didn't know anything. Literally, we get born into this life as a clean slate, and all of a sudden, all the word programming, emotional programming, mental programming starts to happen. Think about it. Am I right? I mean, when we're doing these J Talks, man, we just got to come together and we got to be real. We didn't come into this world fully programmed with the words to say. Think about our first words, that get, goo, ga. We're not even putting words together. We're babbling. We're trying to learn words. So just think about it. If you take a baby born in China and they're raised up speaking Chinese, they got raised up with words that are Chinese. You take the same baby, even if they're born from an Asian descent, from a Chinese descent, stick that same baby, put them in the United States of America, and put them with the English-speaking family, and don't speak any Chinese to them, they're going to speak English. Why? They were word programmed. So when you want to think about self-sabotage, you're your own worst enemy. Well, that got put into you. That got programmed. That got word programmed into you. Emotional program, how we feel. How do we get these feelings that we feel? Did we just come out feeling insecure? Did we come out feeling stressed out? Did we come out feeling, like, oh, woe is me? No, that stuff gets programmed. Emotional programming. So what do we have? We got word programming. We got emotional programming. Then we throw the mental in. The mental. Now, the mental is very significant because it comes from brain waves. Our brains are receiving stations. And so one brain that comes around another brain, there's transmissions that start happening as soon as that first programming kicks in, word programming. Now, the way a person says the word creates the emotional programming. So if a person says to their child, way to go, baby, way to go, way to go, all of a sudden that child will feel safer emotionally. If the person says, well, way to go, way to go, way to go, way to go, way to go. You see that inflection, that difference in voice tonality? Even though it's meant to be encouraging, if that person says it with the wrong voice inflection, those words mixed with those emotions of the voice tonality is going to create the mental programming. So that person is going to start to get unstable emotionally, and then mentally the vibe is coming out not from a good area. So to answer that question, how do you stop being your own worst enemy? Well, you probably need to stop listening to the people who are not programming you with the right words, with the right emotions, with the right mentality. More than likely, you've surrounded yourself or didn't have any choice up until a point. But once you become an adult, you now have control. So you can say, okay, I was born a certain way. I came into this game a certain way of life, a certain way, but I don't have to stay this way. Now, why is Jay Talk so important to you? Well, why is us talking this confidence so important? Because these words I'm saying right now, they're giving you confidence. You can't tell me right now you don't feel a little bit better. How many of you feel a little bit better? If you happen to be on a social media platform and these words are making you feel a little bit better, why don't you give some acknowledgement? This is making me feel better. Comment, interact. I'm going to tell you right now, the most important confidence you're going to need to stop becoming your own worst enemy is courage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Courage. You see, what does it cost to get some courage? How much do you have to pay to get some courage? You see, this is so important because I think I'm about to get tore up on Jay Talks here. I think I'm about to go to another level. I think I'm about to go in. What does it take to get some courage? How much do you have to pay for courage? You don't have to pay anything for courage. And most people think that courage is too expensive. They think they got to go pay something. They think they got to be something. And the problem is most people are thinking that confidence comes from the how. But the confidence doesn't come from the how. You're going to see more and more people get involved with our platform, with Jay Noland coaching. You're going to see them come in here and they're going to be looking for the how. And they're going to find out that when you deal with me and I deal with you, we're going to quickly move past the how to the why. And the why will allow you to embrace the how. The how is automatic with our platform. The how to, I won't give you techniques to be more confident, but if you don't have the why to be more confident, it's not going to matter. So let me give you my personal story on this. My personal technique. You see, I was born into my childhood, and my parents, they were young. My mom was 17 when she married my dad, who was 19. What did they really know about relationships? They didn't hardly know anything. Less than a few years later, my mom gets pregnant with me. So here's my mom going to have me. So my mom had me when she was about 19 years old. And so her and my dad, young, full of life, full of energy, but did not know how to communicate, didn't know how to make it work. They argued all the time. So it was very volatile in my house for years. I could just remember volatility. They ended up getting divorced. So my mom split when I was 8 years old. They divorced. So it was just a rough 8 years. Now I look back as I think about this question, as I think about this platform, as I think about this subject of confidence. I look back and I go, did I know how to be confident when I was a little boy, 8 years old? Did I know how to be confident when the furniture was flying all over the house? Did I know how to be confident when the screaming and the yelling in the middle of the night sometimes would happen? Did I know how to be confident when my dad's hand, I can remember one time my mom grabbed me, pulled me in the bathroom, shut the door. And next thing I know, poof, my dad's fist comes through the door, unlocks the door. Did I know how to be confident then? No, I was absolutely terrified. Now, what do most people do when they go through these tragic, traumatic type of incidents? What do? Most people cave in and they let life beat them up. As I look back, I didn't know how to be confident, but the why kicked in. And here's the why. Here's your biggest why. This is why this Jay Talks is so important for you, because it's coming from real. We're not talking about theory. We're not talking about going into a college classroom. This is going to be better than any classroom you can sit in, because this is how it kicks in. The had to factor. You see, some of us, we move to a point from the why. What's the why? I wanted to live. What's your why? You should want to live. So to the person that says, how do I stop becoming my own worst enemy? Well, do you want to really live? That's the first question. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Real talk. Because if you're ready to just throw your hands up in the air and say, I give up, there's nothing we can do for you other than encourage you to not give up, which I'm going to do right here, right now. But I can't pay any more towards your confidence other than this encouragement and these techniques. I went from, I didn't know how to why I wanted to live. And in order to live, the had to factor kicked in. I had to be confident since I was a little boy. Now it came in waves. It gradually grew. The older I got, the more confident I started figuring out I had to be. There was no way around it. Either get confident or life's going to wipe you off the board. That's how I started seeing it. And so how do you stop being your own worst enemy? You got to figure out, do you want to live? Number one. Then number two, you got to move to a have to state. And I've been having to ever since. I don't know all the answers to everything in the world, but I know a whole bunch of them. Why? Because I made my have to bigger than most people will make their have to until they figure out that they got to be bigger than most people and move their have to up. This ain't a one-man show or a two-man show or a one-woman or two-woman show. This is a movement of getting people to the point where they say, you know what, daggone it, I have to. So that's your answer. Move to a have to. Next question. When working on your confidence, how do you know when it's not confidence but arrogance? And what can you do to stay confident but not too much? It's a great question, right? How do we know when I told you we're going to tackle this. How do we know when we go from confidence to arrogance? Simple. You start repelling people. See, most people think confidence is arrogance. It's the exact opposite. The extreme confident person, the most successful person at tackling and mastering confidence, is also the most humble person. They got humility all down in their soul. And guess what happens when you have humility at that level? All the fear dissipates. You see, someone that's arrogant is someone that is extremely fearful. There's no sense in being afraid. What are you afraid of? See, once you learn how to say the right words at the right time, with the right tonality, with the right body language, all of a sudden, your posture changes. Now you mix in the most important factor of humility, and now you're somebody that's off the charts. You're a force to be reckoned with on this earth because you're extremely confident, but you're not afraid, which is arrogance. And see, how do I know if I'm arrogant? I repel people. How do I know if I'm confident? Well, I'm going to start to attract people. Now, I'm going to make a statement tonight because let's talk about the center of the people that's around you. We all have heard that, you know what? More than likely, it's best to have a small circle of people you trust the most. So I'll agree with that because of how crazy people can be across the earth. So have a small circle of extremely close, confident people around you. So small circle, massive influence. Uh-oh. 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 Small circle, but large influence. Small circle, but large influence. Can you do that? Should you do that? Absolutely. Well, when you have mastered confidence and you got your humility mixed in with the right words, and you can say the right words at the right time, and you can say them with the right voice tonality, and then you can say them with the right body language. Oh my goodness. And there's this ripping inside of you flow of humility. You up here. You off the charts. You can handle anything. How many of you want to be able to handle anything? How many of you want to wake up every day and go, no matter what this day throws at me, I can handle it? You see, that's confidence. And you mix that in. You live your life with humility. So that's your answer to that question. Hopefully that helped you. Do you understand why Jay Talks is so important? I believe it is. Why? Because I'm starting to talk. I'm starting to talk from a different angle than I've ever talked before. I'm putting together a global community. This is a confidence community that is safe. No matter what your occupation, we're not here competing with one another. There's no competition in here. So nobody's getting any greater advantage over the other person inside this community. You know, there's no financial incentive in this community. The financial incentive will be what people do outside of this community with the confidence they gain in this community. Isn't that awesome? You can feel safe. I promise you. Next question. Confident people are usually more successful, and successful people usually have more confidence. Look at that combination. So confident people are usually more successful, and successful people usually have more confidence. Here's the question. What if someone has never been successful and isn't confident? How do they get started? So what if a person has never had any success? How do they get confident? Well, you have to become confident to get success. So in the statement that preceded the question was the answer. You have to get more confident. You can't put success in front of the confidence. You can't put the cart in front of the horse. So how do you do it? Well, I answered that in the first question. Had to, have to. People go, how do I do it? Well, first of all, you got to decide why do you want to do it? We've got the answers tied all into these words in this question. Why? Well, I want to be successful. How many of you want to be successful? How many? Everybody wants to be successful. Okay, that's your why. Now, watch this. Have to. How bad do you want to be successful? Well, if you make it and have to, if you say to yourself, I just have to be successful, and I'm leaving no room for nothing else other than me becoming successful. And I'm not going to put any time restraints on this. I'm going to put some goals. But guess what? If I don't hit my time goal, I'm not going to stop until. You see, an extremely confident person, I should say someone that's mastered confidence, they are the greatest until person you're ever going to meet. Man, I want to develop on this platform just an absolute massive movement of until people. Man, I'm going to do it until. I have to. Why? I want to be successful. What's my options? There is no other option. I'm going to be successful. So to answer that question is simple. Do you have to be successful or not? Answer the question. If you're commenting, just go on and comment. Do I have to be successful? Do you realize that some people will say no? You're going to have some people say, no, I don't have to be successful. I'm content not being successful. And guess what I say to those people? This is going to surprise you. This is Jay Talks. I'm telling you, it's going to be raw. It's going to be authentic. And it's going to be full of empathy at the same time. But it's always going to be dialed in, organic, 100% truth. Now watch this, because this is getting deep, right? Have to. When a person says, I don't have to be successful, do you realize you are then staring at one of the most selfish people you're ever going to look at? And if that's you, and you feel that way, go into the mirror, go in the bathroom, go look in the mirror and go, man, I'm looking at one of the most selfish people I've ever looked at. I can't believe it's me. Please don't let yourself get in that situation to where you go have to look in the mirror and say, I'm one of the most selfish people anybody I know knows. People say, well, why are you, how would that be considered selfish? I think that would be someone that was being humble. No. Why? Because in this life, what the most confident people come to realize right away is it's about helping other people. It's about impacting other people. It's about making other people's lives better. I'm telling you right here, right now. I got to put some of that, what's his name, Lavelle Crawford. Y'all should check out Lavelle Crawford. Man, you want to talk about somebody that's hilarious. Lavelle Crawford, especially when he was big. He lost a lot of weight now. But Lavelle Crawford said, I'm telling you right now. He gave you that right now. I'm telling you right now. If once you understand this, you're going to know how important this is. How many people can you help by not being successful? That should make you stop and pause. You see, you limit the amount of people you can help when you're not successful. See, if you say, I have to become successful, as you gain more success, watch what happens. I'm able, you're able, we're able to help more people. The more resources, the more we can help. Do you want to help people? How's an orphan really going to help themselves? These battered women and children, how are they going to help themselves? These people that are sex trafficked, how are they going to help themselves? These animals that are abused, how are they going to help themselves? Look at our environment. How's it going to just help itself? Think about what we're saying here. You see, it's people. That's the power of being a person. It's the people that are walking on this earth that have, do you realize there's no other beings on earth like human beings? Look at the animals, look at the plants, look at everything that's living. Do they have the same capacity as of a being as a human being? Nope. Why is that? Because whoever created us sent us here, in my belief, with a purpose. And we have to find that purpose. And what we're going to find, every one of you on your confidence journey, you're going to find, man, the number one purpose of my confidence, it's not even about me. It's not even, I should say, it's not ultimately about me. I'm a benefactor of my ultimate purpose. I gotta get me a little drink. I think this Jay Talk is rock. I got some people over here kicking it. This Jay Talk is rocking. Woo! This thing's already rocking. Oh, we gotta do some stuff, huh? Okay, hold on. I'm getting some reminders over here. I'm over here getting rocking, and we're about to wrap up. Y'all enjoying this? Or y'all enjoying it? Human beings, man. Human beings are the people that have the opportunity on this earth. No other beings can impact like a human being. And in order to fulfill your purpose, the benefactor is what you're looking for. Not the factor, it's the benefactor. It's by helping other people. The more you're able to have that mentality, the more you move away from selfishness to selflessness. And then you say, I got to get strong. I got to get more confident for me. Why? Because me, a great me, helps all these other people. And when I'm focused on helping these other people and they become the factor, then the benefactor is I get to be fulfilled. I get to be happy. I get to live my core purpose. You're going to find it out. It's all said and done. That's what it all comes down to. Great questions that came in, huh? So can you imagine next week? There's no telling where this thing's going to go from here. I want you to give me some feedback. So I want y'all to check this out. I got a new website up. I love for anybody and everybody that would like to get on over to the new website, jaynolandcoaching.net, jaynolandcoaching.net, JAYNOLAN, put the D on there, coaching.net, jaynolandcoaching.net. Go over there. I got a free gift for everybody that goes there. It's a real power pack compact ebook that you can download, get instant access to. It's 7 core tips to great self-confidence. It's 7 core tips. I thought of 7 things. So you know what? What can I do just to give them some impact? It's short. You'll be able to read it in a matter of minutes. And once you read it, I want you to keep it. I want you to hold on to it. I want you to reflect back on it anytime you need a little boost. It's there to give you that confidence boost. Okay? Now, I promised I was going to do a drawing tonight. We got a drawing, right? All right. So the person, I'm just going to grab the boat. Thank you. I'm going to pull it myself. So we said, hey, if you commented on the post I made and if you shared it with at least 5 people, whoever I draw is going to win a 30-minute free private consultation. Now, I got to tell you that as you see the program exploding and taking off, in my opinion, I believe it will, because I'm here selflessly. I'm telling you, if it was up to old selfish Jay, I wouldn't hardly talk to anybody. I'm telling you the truth. If it was just up to me, why would I want to put myself out there in the public and get spears and get people throwing at me and misunderstood and misconstrued? I don't want to go through stuff like that. That's what happens when you get out there now. There's all this positive happens too. But if I could eliminate 99% of all that drama by just not talking to people, selfish Jay would just rather do that. But selfless, have to, Jay, fulfill my purpose, Jay, I got to get out here and get down in the trenches with y'all. Otherwise, I won't be happy. I won't be happy. You think you'll be happy over there in the corner by yourself. No, you won't. Life won't let you. You're only going to get happy when you do your purpose. So who's going to get this 30 minutes? I got to tell y'all now, when I do these consultations, you're going to see it. You will see some people eventually as this thing rolls out. We got these high levels. I'm going to have about 10, probably maximum 20 clients. These 10 to 20 clients, because I got people reaching out to me all the time. People have been asking me this for years. Can you work with me personally? They don't care about what I've been through. They don't care who's talking about me, good or bad. They know that this confidence subject, I've got it down. And they're like, can you work with me personally? And I've had people come to me multiple times. And I said, you couldn't pay me enough money just to work with you personally. Now I'm moving out of that selfish to that selfless, but I got to put a steep tag on giving somebody this extreme amount of attention. So I'll have 10, maybe 20 clients. These will be people that will pay 6 figures, over $100,000 to have that during the course of a year. I'm just telling y'all, you'll see it as we roll out, as we get going here. That's the goal. That's the mission, to be able to help people at that level. So when I say I'm going to give you 30 minutes, over the years, consultation-wise, you're talking about $650 minimum an hour, $600 to $650 minimum an hour. So if I say, hey, even if I worked at that rate, which I wouldn't do now, it'd be somewhere in the 1,000 or more range. So we're talking about a $500 value, 30 minutes. And I mean, it's going to be right in it. We're not going to chit-chat much. We're going to get down in the trenches and help you get to the next level. Who is this? Who gets this? Tyler Sherfield. Right there. Tyler Sherfield. He gets that 30 minutes. My goodness. Way to go, Tyler. Hey, paid attention. Got it. Now we're going to do all kind of contests. We're going to do a ton of contests. It's going to be so much fun. I love to do all kind of giveaways and people sharing just sharing the excitement, the energy, and what are you sharing every time you share our platform? Confidence. We got something going on with a book coming out, right? What were you saying in this book? You told me, did I cover everything? Okay. On Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's California time. This upcoming Wednesday, we're going to do the Start with Confidence. That's about a 30-minute session where we do a very targeted Start with Confidence message to get your day off right. So you'll be able to watch it then, or you can watch the recording to get the next day going right. But every week, we're going to give you a Start with Confidence episode to where it's going to be very targeted, very centered, and right to the point. Bam. These J Talks are more, hey, we just sitting down having conversations. We're just flying and we're interacting with the questions. You know, we got callers, we got people giving us input. But man, I love this, what's happening. And I really want you guys to know how much I appreciate, how much I honor, and how much I love you taking the time to listen to these words. And it's not about my words, it's about us. It's about what do we become together through this. I'm so excited because I'm using this platform this time to elevate me up above things that I'm going through in my life now. I've got challenges on me right now, but I can either go crawl over, sit in a corner somewhere and go, or I can say, listen, just talk to people about what you know, what will help you. What in the world is making me get up and smile and laugh and dance and clap and have a great time every day, no matter what, right now, even if I'm going through a tough time. Don't you want to live your life like that? You see, if I die today, I'm going to die 100% happy. I'm going to die going all out. Once we elevate you and get you to that point to where you went all out during that day, no matter what your situation, when you die, guess what? You have no regrets. That's the life you want to live. Thank y'all for the first episode of Jay Talks, for us spending this time together, sharing this with some folks, man. We'll catch you on the next Jay Talks. See you soon. Much love to you. Mwah!